Yo people, this is Makkuro here, and today I have a review of the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. And let's get straight into the details. It's right now on sale for 5,280 speed boost. It's the second most expensive Lamborghini in this game. It's only beaten by the Aventador. And it's not exactly the second best Lamborghini, since it's worse than the Murcielago Super Veloce or the Reventon due to the no cosmic nose, but it's still a very fast thing, and it comes typically with street tuned American speed system parts, no aftermarket parts, no skill mode, starts on 725 overall, meaning A class right up. Anyway, aftermarket side, it's got only one body kit, which is actually pretty good. Excluding the fail on the hood and those yellow greeny things, it's a really good looking body kit, which I would say makes the car look even better. I wouldn't buy it. Well, maybe I wouldn't buy it since I'm not really willing to spend so much speed on a body kit, but if it wouldn't have those yellow greeny things on it and the fail on the hood, I would be very... it would be a very convincing thing to buy. Anyway, no spoiler option on this car is actually pretty good looking. I mean, most cars with no spoiler they just look shitty, but this car is actually good looking, even though I preferred it with the spoiler. And of course, no hoods. Yeah. So, top speed wise, and please don't mind those things, it's 335 km per hour, no NOS. And with NOS you get 364 km per hour with how it comes. So it's not the highest top speed in A class. Anyway, it's got Audi level of NOS. So you know, the thing you find in Nismo and quite a lot of Audis. It's, well, Audi NOS level. Audi level of NOS, I don't know. You know, the closest thing to cosmic NOS. Anyway, a little story about this car. It's got a V10 engine, taken, if I remember correctly, from a Gallardo. However, it sounds a bit different in a typical Gallardo sound, and I want to make it that plain that it sounds better, in my opinion. In sound, it's the second best sounding Lambo in this game, beaten only by the God of Thunder, the Reventon, which ironically is also for sale, along with the Kingston HyperX, which, if you don't have an OP car and you want something, that's your probably best bet right now. But of course, buy what you want, and what some idiot from the internet says. Anyway, the Sesto Elemento in its name means 6 elements, and 6 elements of something, don't know what. And you know, nothing really else to say about it. Maybe, you know, well, nothing really. It's V10 Gallardo and this kind of thing. So, handling wise, it's a bit of a go-kartish car. It's not like Lotus Elise, even though it's close, but it's a bit, it needs a bit more skill to it. However, it's still very easy to handle. It's not like Lotus Elite that it's harder to make it go in a straight line. I would say it's just in front of that thing, you know. So it's still easy to maintain in straight line, but if it would be a bit more cornerable, it would be harder to make it go straight in a straight line, you know. Anyway, this car, as it comes now, is already better at cornering than a Nismo or a GT2, the Porsche, I mean Beetle Porsche, I don't know what I'm talking about. The Beetle 911 and GT2 997. You know, the two kings of A class. This car is already better at cornering than those. However, it does significantly lack in acceleration when compared with those, because normally you seriously don't recognize that it lacks in accelerations in any way, since it deals with other A-class cars easily. It just can't keep up with the OP Kings, and you know, it just, I mean, the acceleration is just, if you don't see that it lags, you feel that it's just enough. The acceleration is just about right. You don't feel that it lags, that it doesn't get enough of it. It's just, it's there, it's got enough. It's just going straight, like, beautifully. And I'm somehow strange feeling. I mean, I think I've got a strange lag to all those fun cars. I mean, another car is just great, great fun car. I don't know why. But no cosmic nose, meaning you can't spam power-ups. You need to keep on skills with this car. And do keep in mind this is quite a light car, so don't try to get into ramps. And do mind the lap time, since it's, I did once a better time, but still it's pretty nice. 2:05.82, as it comes straight from the shop. So now let's go into the Team Escape, and this is a car that's, how should I put it, better to evade than to ram or get through the roadblocks. You just need to know your ways, like Murcielago SV, but not that like Murcielago, that it's best to drive it knowing the race, because it will be most fun and so on. Because with this car you need to evade the roadblocks, because even though I hit this weakest, slightest thing in the roadblock, it still slowed me quite a bit. I did feel that, and if you won't be able to evade some things, it's, well, this happens. So yeah, do try to evade everything, like yeah, okay, do try to evade things like this, since this car is small, it's tiny, it's fast, it's agile, it's responsive, and so on. It can evade about everything. It's just you need to evade it. If you won't evade them, and if you will find yourself in a spot like this, then you will be fucked up badly. But still, it's quite fast to get on with it, and it's really not easy to go. So let's test it in a comparison against some S-Class cars, Old Kings and the Hyper Class. And I want to say that this car is also a very good traffic evading car. Or I was just, I don't know, in some trance and evaded everything perfectly aside from one traffic. But otherwise, I think it's if this car was actually the one at fault, and this on dive just letting me go. This was the only traffic I hit, and the rest was perfectly evaded. I mean, just this car just, either this car just makes you, I don't know, multiplies your traffic evading skill by infinite, or I don't know, it's just good race for me, good day. But seriously, I would normally go for full speed, wouldn't brake. With this car, somehow braked, and I don't know what. It was just like in a trance, aside from me fucking up this corner, which came in handy actually, because it allows me to show you how this car can get on with catching up an RTRX. And this is the important thing, because this, in its time when it came out, was the car, it was like Nismo is to the GT2 right now. It was the non-cosmic nose version of the 911 GT3 RS, the Mustang RTRX, or the Kingston HyperX. It was the car that was just, it was a car for those people that don't like the cosmic nose, but like OP power, let's say, in its time. So it's really easy to use this car, and evading traffic is really like the most easiest thing ever. I would never think that you can evade traffic so easily, but with this car it just came so naturally. It's like hard to believe, and you can catch RTRX easily. As you can see, I'm just starting to gain on, gain on, gain on, gain on, gain on. Even though I made some mistakes, I still gain on, gain on, gain on, gain on, and then it's really OP in corners. This car, corners is just amazing. And since he fucked up, I was able to have a nice finish. Now, as I promised, well, maybe I didn't promise, but here it is in A topping in A class with some parts that I had, and the top speed statistic went up quite nicely, and the rest, well, just typically went up by some amount. And yes, that is a tractor in A class track. So you know, I want to quote myself right now: retardness knows no bounds. Yeah. Anyway, the top speed of this car is right now in A class topping 349 kilometers per hour. So you know, quite nice. Anyway, this car is definitely a contestant, you know, something. So let me summarize everything. You know. Looks, I damn love how it looks from the back, from the side as well. It just, the front could be a bit better. The front is the only place where I have anything, I would say there's anything wrong with. An Avent, more, if it would look from the front more like an Avent, there would be like, I would be just like, oh. But the back, the side is just great. Good thing I always drive on this camera, since it's the best one in my opinion. And when you statistically and data comparison, it is the best camera. But still, being able to look at this car always from the back is really nice experience. So that's dealt with. Engine sound, very nice sound. Of course, those two things are still opinion wise, so I like them. If you don't like them, those are bad things for you, so that's your problem, not mine. The acceleration is lacking, even though with the parts I installed, it's definitely got a better feeling to its acceleration, but it's still, you know, lacks in comparison with the OP Kings. With those cars, they actually almost 95% of cars in this game will feel like they lack something. Maybe even more cars. In fact, I would say 98% of cars. Anyway, if the class divisions would be like like I said in my previous review, A class would top at 699 and S class would top at 799. This would definitely make this car more compatible, because like I said, it's 911 GT4S level, meaning fully ultra tuned. This car would be a very good contender against the GT2, against the Nismo, against all the cars that would top at 799 overall load, or like LFA or the RTRX or the 911 GTS 4.0, that would need to have their overall, not the highest possible, but you know, well, you know the thing, they would just be slightly detuned for the S class. But then this car would be just perfect car. I mean, it would just be, it would be like a Nismo. Just, it wouldn't be the best in acceleration, it would be the best in cornering parts. So really, this car is, it's very similar to Marussia in fact. So I'll leave you with the car, how it rides, and it really feels good. Handling wise, it's really good. So Thanks for watching. If you liked, please like the video, share it, and so on. If you feel like commenting, please do comment. If it's something replayable, I shall reply. And please do watch the lap time of this, since the best lap time I did with Nismo was very close to going below 2 minutes 1 second. So, enjoy!